Kitchens of Smoky Mountain Cheese. My name's Randall, and today we're going to be making cheesy scalloped homemade potatoes. With a little kick, we're going to throw in some no-bull beer cheese spread, and that's going to give it this really nice added flavor, because this ain't going to be like your mama's scalloped potatoes. This is a scalloped potatoes at a whole nother level. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at all the ingredients we've got going on here, and let's get this party started. Okay, we got a cup and a half of shredded cheddar. We have 1 medium diced onion. We have 1 tub of Smoky Mountain veteran-owned, veteran-made no-bull beer cheese. This stuff is out of this world, people. And we got a stick of butter. We got 4 tablespoons of flour. Our seasonings, we got 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We got 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper. We got a half a cup of half and half. And we got 2 cups of milk, and of course we got 6 cups of our potatoes. And I cut these, try to cut them as even as I can, you know, about 1/8 of an inch thick. That way you got a uniform and even cooking. So let's go ahead and get our butter melted in our pot and get these onions on and get them sauteed up. So now we got our stick of butter melted. We're going to go ahead and throw in our 1 medium chopped onion. We're going to saute this onion. We don't want to caramelize it, you know, where it turns dark brown. We just want to saute it where it's kind of a translucent color. It'll be kind of clear looking, and you can, you know, check it with a fork and check its tenderness. But anyway, let's go ahead and get these onions all tendered up and get ready for the next step. Okay, our onions are pretty clear, pretty tender. Just checked them. So next I'm going to put in my, this is my 4 tablespoons of flour, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of good old garlic powder. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in here and give it a nice stir and get it mixed up real well. Get that flour in there. It kind of makes like a roux base. We want that to get mixed up real well and all the flour in here. And then we're going to put our milk in. As you can see, it's a little bit sticky right there where it's absorbing all that butter. That's okay. This is what's going to help really give us a nice thick base for our scalloped potatoes. Get that mixed up. Now go ahead and get our milk in here. And we're going to keep pretty much a continuous stir for about, you know, 2 or 3 minutes till it starts getting thick. Once it starts getting thick, that's when we want to take it off the heat and get the rest of everything in there and get ready to put it in our 350-degree oven. Okay, now we got our 2 cups of milk in. Now this is our half a cup of half and half. So now we're going to give this a stir, and like I said, once it starts thickening up, then we're going to take it off the heat and get ready to dump the potatoes in it and the cheese and get ready for our 9x13 casserole dish. Okay, our base here is starting to really thicken up, so I want to go ahead and put our next item in. It's our Smoky Mountain no-bull beer cheese spread. This stuff is awesome, 100% natural, veteran owned. Really, look how creamy that is. That is, I mean, it's just out of this world. We're going to get that in there and get it good and melted. And we're only going to put probably about 1 cup of our cheddar cheese in there. Let it melt up, because we're going to save about 1/2 cup of it for our finished product in the oven. So we're going to stir that around, let that melt right on in. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. And the smell, I mean, it's just unbelievable. The beer cheese in there with the onions and the sauce. And okay, let's go ahead and get us about a cup of cheddar in here. So like I said, we're going to save a little bit for the finished product. Got that. Let's get that mixed around. And I've turned the heat off of this, so it's now just, you know, in the process of cooling down. Now we're getting ready to add our 6 cups of sliced potatoes. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys in there. We're going to give this a really good mix, get it good and coated, and we're going to put it in a 9x13 baking dish, and we're going to cover it up, and it's going to go into a 350-degree oven. You can see how creamy the sauce is in there. We want to make sure all of our potatoes, we don't want no naked potatoes in there. We want them all covered, all nice and juicy with this base. So anyway, oh, look at the cheese melting right up in there. Oh, look at that. This is going to be absolutely awesome. Okay, let's go and get this ready and go get our pan. So we got a nice good mix and coating on our potatoes, so we're going to go ahead and get this right on in here. Our 9x13 baking dish, 350 degree oven for about 30 minutes, 30-35 minutes covered up. Make sure all that cheese and sauce and all that, you can see how cheese, I like it cheesy. I mean, you can add a little bit more cheese if you like, because I sure did, but that's how me and my family like it. We're cheese connoisseurs. Anyway, we'll get all this in there. Get it. You gotta. Oh, it's got stuck. Okay, so we're going to get that put over here. Just get this pot out of the way. Now we're gonna kind of just work this out where it's all even. It's kind of hard to measure 6 cups of potatoes because of the shape and the size. I always usually try to put a little bit of extra in there. So that way I'd rather have too many is not enough. So, and you don't want to overcook this because you're going to have scalloped mashed potatoes. And you really don't want that. Really don't want that. So anyway, let's go and get these covered up in a 350 degree oven. And we're going to come back and check it in about 30 minutes. Okay, our timer just went off, so we're going to go ahead and pull our scalloped potatoes out of the oven and get them ready to load some more cheese on them. We're going to check, see how tender they are too. So that's going to kind of tell us how much longer to leave it in the oven, you know, uncovered. So let's go ahead and get this out of the oven and go ahead and get ready to load some cheese up on it. Okay, we just popped this wonderful dish out of the oven. You can see it's extremely hot. Oh man, this thing smells absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And what we want to do is check our potatoes. See, they're still a little bit hard, so we're going to go ahead and probably put this in for another 25 minutes and check them, because we don't want no crunchy potatoes. But we don't want them to overcook them either. Like I said, we don't want scalloped mashed potatoes. So let's go ahead and take what was left of our cheese, about half a cup. I'm going to sprinkle this over this real nice. And once you take this out, once the cooking is completed, let it sit for 5-10 minutes and it will thicken up. And while it's in the oven again, on the second go around, sit down and have you some club crackers and Smoky Mountain Noble beer cheese. We've got jalapeno, original, chipotle, gourmet white. Ask for it in the dairy section of your local grocer. If they don't have it, ask for it. Tell them you want to support veterans, because it is veteran owned and veteran made. All 100% natural. So get all this cheese on here all real nice and get it laid out. So now we're going to go back in our 350 degree oven. Like I said, these potatoes here need about another 20-25 minutes, and we'll start to get a nice little browning around the edge, and we'll know it's ready, and we'll check it, and we'll be right on back. Okay, our scalloped potatoes just come out, and as you can see, they're still boiling, and you got that nice browning on top. And to check the tenderness, all I need to do is just stick my fork. You see how that fork just sinks right in it. So that tells me it's good and tender. So I'm going to let this sit here for about 10 minutes, kind of let it thicken up good, and we're going to dip us a plateful out and see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, we've let our scalloped potatoes cool for about 10 minutes or so, so let's go ahead and scoop some of this out. You can see that nice browning right here we got on the very end, and I went ahead and hit it with some pepper on top. So we're going to scoop some of this absolutely wonderful smelling scalloped potatoes on this plate. We're going to give it a try. Very tender potatoes. And that's what you want. You want a nice tender potato. Like I said, crunchy potato is not really good with scalloped potatoes. So, and I'm going to hit this with some bacon bits. And we're going to put some chives on here too. Now tell me, does that not look good? Fresh, still steaming, very creamy, rich, and this beats anything out of the box all day, every day. A little bit more work, but you know, if that's what you're looking for, then this is the way to go. So anyway, I'm getting ready to have some of this. So thank you for joining me today in the kitchens of Smoky Mountain Cheese. Hope this recipe was helpful. This is like an excellent, outstanding scalloped potato, especially when you add the beer cheese in there. It gives it that extra kick. Like I said, you know, this ain't your granny's or your mama's scalloped potatoes. But anyway, appreciate you joining me, and we look forward to seeing you again. And I'm going to have some scalloped potatoes, and you have a blessed day.